Sit down. I'm gonna tell a story. And that's how I invented sliced bread. Are you even listening? Old people like to tell stories. So do I, but I'm not old. Throughout my life, I've been a good boy. My mom once told me I was the easy one. Where my sisters would sneak out to party, I didn't. I kinda just sat there. So I don't have many stories of me being bad. But my dad is both old and a trickster. He told me lots of stories growing up. So I'm gonna tell you his stories instead. As a teenager, my dad would bully the police. He would stand at the entrance to alleys holding egg. He'd wait there for I don't know how long, but eventually the police drove by. How he knew they'd come? I don't know. He's a prophet, I guess? The police would stop and stare when they saw him. Hey kid, what are you doing with those eggs? Splat, splat, splat. And Dad sprinted down the alley.
Ha ha, he threw eggs at the police. That's funny.
It gets worse. Or better, depending on your perspective. The police turned their lights on and sped after my dad. Then he started jumping. Is he jumping? What's he jumping over? I don't care. He threw it at us. Get him. I have a bad feeling about this. They catch up to my dad. Slam, slam, slam. Metal garbage cans from the side of the alley slammed into the police car, and my dad got further away. Why are you slowing down? Go faster. Are you sure about this? Yes. Get him. The police go faster, with garbage cans dragging across the ground. Dad starts jumping again. They nearly catch him, but suddenly slam, 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 slam. And let's just say my dad got away that time. Stupid kid. Shut up. If you want to guess what happened, now's your chance. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so my dad is psychic. He controlled the garbage cans with his mind and... Ow! Rude! So my dad had tied fishing wire between each of the metal garbage cans. When the police drove through them, they came flying inward. That's also why he was jumping, to get over the fishing wire. Watching this, you might think my dad hated the police. But no! 10 years later, he became an RCMP. I don't know how that happened. Public service announcement, don't ever do this. You want to know what happened to my dad when he got caught? I'm so sorry, officer. I don't know how he could have become so rotten. I'll discipline him so he turns into a good adult. Stupid kid. Next time, don't get caught, idiot. Yeah, maybe he had no consequences, but you still shouldn't do this though. Please be a good. So my dad became a police officer and never did anything silly again. One time while he was a police officer, he saw a car speed past a stop sign. My dad goes, "Okie dokie then," and speeds after them. He stops behind the car at a red light, then gets out to talk to the driver. It's just a bunch of teenagers. The driver acknowledges what he did, and so my dad says he'll give him a deal. The teenager was a fit guy, so for every push-up he could do, my dad would take $1 off of the ticket. It was $100, so if the teenager could do 100 push-ups, then he wouldn't have to pay anything. He accepts the deal, gets out of the car, and starts doing his push-ups right in the middle of the road, all while waiting for a red light. Pause. Do not do this. It is dangerous. You will die. Dying is bad. Unpause. As my dad likes to tell this story, everyone started cheering for him. His friends in the back were hooting and hollering. The surrounding cars honked encouragement. Heck, probably a parachute driver landed with a sign and a plane wrote words in the sky. Ligma, what are the Canadians trying to tell me? Hello? What? A Canadian boy's doing push-ups? Send the military! The kid ends up doing 50 push-ups, so my dad gives him a $50 ticket, and they go their separate ways. Later at Detachment, the place where all the police officers socialize, my dad's boss calls him in. "So, Constable Dad, I've heard you've met my son." "Your son, sir?" "Yes, you made him do 50 push-ups in the middle of the road." So my dad made his boss's son do 50 push-ups in the middle of a road. And he didn't get in trouble. He and his boss just giggled over the whole thing, and my dad is above authority. I have one last story to share, and in this one, my dad was evil. Evil. I love you, Dad, but I'm sure you understand, and in his defense, he was a kid in this story. So let's say someone wronged my dad. For example, say a certain president sends a certain military after a certain teenager throwing egg at the police, and needed the American military to stop me, huh? What would my dad do in retaliation to such a president? Powdered milk. He'd sprinkle powdered milk on their lawn.
Huh? What? That's not so bad. Just spray it with some water and it's all cleaned up.
Are you sure that's what you want to do? Let's see what happens. What the? There's a bunch of white stuff on my lawn. I guess I'll spray it off with water. Mr. President, we need you in the office. There are important things for you to... Shut up! I'm busy touching grass. One day later. What is this tarnation smell? It was a Canadian! What happened? Why is the president now crying over the smell coming from his lawn? Rotten milk is what happened. This curse I wouldn't wish on anyone. My dad as a child did an evil thing. An evil thing. Pause. Please don't do this. I tell these stories for comedic purposes only. Unpause. And the last thing I want to say is, my dad could beat up your dad. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.